Or I'll be.
Hey guys, Yummy here again, and today I thought I'd bring you another story from my plethora of interesting stories about my interesting life. Actually, no, I haven't had that many crazy things happen to me, but I have had crazy things happen to me, so I like sharing these in this series in which I, well, share them with you. And today it's on my trip to New York City, which happened back in November of 2012, where I was fortunate enough to have been part of such a fantastic band program in high school that I was marching in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. There I am. For anyone not from America, it's just a parade that we have on Thanksgiving for some reason. I don't really know why. So anyway, some crazy things happened on this trip. Not only just to me, but also to all the other kids on the band trip as well. It was kind of insane. New York City was a lot cleaner than I thought it was. I guess because I get like an image of like Queens or someplace that's kind of dirtier, I guess. But downtown Manhattan is like really nice. I was actually surprised. Now when we went to Chinatown, I think it was actually the first night we went to Chinatown, that was janky as hell. So we were like going around in the stores. We were supposed to just be like browsing, and we could buy stuff if we wanted to. We could do whatever we wanted. So we were just walking around in these Chinese stores, perusing ancient Chinese sex toys. And one of my friends actually got peddled to about cocaine. Like someone was trying to sell cocaine to him. And I mean, well, that's kind of funny because it didn't happen to me. But I ended up buying a katana. Yeah, I ended up buying a samurai sword for $30 because I was like, you know, I can't really see myself spending any of my parents' money on this trip, so I'm just gonna buy this samurai sword. Little did I forget that they're probably going to like check our bags for weapons and shit when we go back to the airport to get on a fucking airplane. So I didn't really think that through. So I was having like buyer's remorse, like really heavy when we were at the restaurant that night. I was like, holy shit, I bought a sword. So I had to like text my mom and be like, would you be mad if I told you that I just bought a sword? So yeah, that was an experience, and it was also an experience trying to have like a chaperone try to like take care of it over the trip. But as it turns out, when we were on the flight leaving, they didn't have anything except a dog to sniff for drugs, which the kid would have been in trouble, the one that got cocaine sold to. Well, he didn't actually buy the cocaine, of course, but if he had, he would have been in trouble. But thankfully, whenever I just saw the dog there, I was like, oh, thank God, like, because I probably would have gotten in serious trouble if they had found a fucking sword in my bag. And now that I think about it, you know, that might not have been the best choice security-wise, because we could have been, like, leaving with, like, assault rifles or something. I mean, they don't sell them in New York, of course, but I'm just saying, hypothetically, like, we could actually have been leaving with some serious shit. Non-drug-related serious shit. So that was actually kind of questionable, but in the end, it worked out, and we got on the flight, and that flight was, like, terrifying because the pilot was, like, banking way farther than he should have been. It was probably normal, but we were like in the middle of a storm or something, so we were all freaking scared. But anyway, back to the trip in New York. We went to the M&M store on Times Square, and we were browsing around in there just because we had like a set of activities we were supposed to do. And I'm like, I like fill up an entire like little baggie to buy because I was like, hey, I'm in the M&M store, I should get some M&Ms. And then I was like looking at the prices, and it was like the equivalent of like 5 cents per M&M. It was like some ridiculously expensive amount. So I just put the bag down. I was like, you know what? Screw the prices in this place. So I just grabbed a handful of them and just walked out. And like no one said anything. Like they actually had like armed guards just sitting around watching people. And I still managed to get out. But stupid me, I had to like brag about it. I don't even know why I did it. It was like I wanted to get in trouble or something, but I like fucking told an adult about it. I was like, you know, I just stole these. And he was like, you did what? So of course I got like in trouble for that. I probably, if he was a really mean person, I probably could have gotten sent home for that because, you know, stealing is illegal and all that stuff. So I don't know why I did that. I guess I was just hungry for some M&Ms. For this parade, my band director got us like a whole new complete drum line of brand new Tama drums. Ooh, Tama drums, where percussion meets perfection. They're supposed to be like these awesome high quality drums. They were actually like Tama's introduction into the marching band scene. They're usually just traditional orchestral percussion makers, and this was their first set of drums. And I mean, their motto was where percussion meets perfection. But as we were like setting up to march out, of course our harnesses actually start like breaking and bending, and the bolts are stripping and all that stuff. So one kid's harness actually completely breaks off, so he has to hand carry the drum the whole parade. He didn't get to play, so that was actually terrible for him. And then we have a set of drum covers that go on all the drums. They're like protective for like bad weather and just transportation and stuff to protect the chrome. And one of the bass players who was who was in charge of watching the bass drum covers, he accidentally just left them on the street, and we all just left in the bus. He was supposed to put them in the bus, in one of the charter buses, when we were leaving, and he forgot to. So like over $200 worth of drum covers was just sitting on a sidewalk in New York City forever. I actually wonder what happened to him. I'm curious if like some homeless man ended up using it for like a structure of some kind. But man, that was hilarious. That the band director was so mad he had to order new ones. And then right up when we were supposed to start marching the parade, like about half the band, it was probably not half, it was probably like 2/5 or some, like it was approaching half, come down with like some kind of plague, like it was spreading through the band so bad. And they all got so sick, they were like vomiting and shit and weren't able to march. And luckily I wasn't given it, but it was like a huge number of kids in the band got this plague right in the morning that we were supposed to march, because we had to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and travel to Manhattan to practice in the street for the TV time, because we were marching in front of like 10 million people watching on TV. And yeah, so whenever we were eating breakfast, I think at a Hard Rock Cafe or something later, everyone was just like dead. Like they were either dead tired or they were about to die from sickness. It was a terrible experience. Luckily, I didn't come down with anything the whole trip. I was pretty fortunate. I think nobody in the drumline actually got sick. So that was a good experience. But anyway, I think that's about it for the stories, like for New York, or at least the ones that are worth telling. There might be a few more interesting ones, but I can't think of them right now. But anyway, if you guys like this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll probably post another interesting story in a week or two, so just keep an eye out for that. And until next time, this is Yummy. Goodbye, and good hunting.